Put the kids to bed. Dad's home. We are the DWO podcast, representing the Dad World Order. I am the handsome head of household, Mr. Magnificent Mike Martin. With me, as always, the rest of the Patriarch Pack. He is the big bad, bearded daddy. He is Big Rig Eric Murphy.
Honk if you hear me, baby.
He is the perpetual Meg Carter and the two-time world record holder. He is the wrestling t-shirt guy, Cephas.
All right, what up, y'all? How's everybody doing tonight? You doing all right, guys?
We're hanging in there. Well, as Mr. Magnificent said, we are the DWO podcast, and tonight we have with us a very special guest, Mr. Nathaniel Greysin. Sir, how the heck are you?
So wait a minute. Hold on. So you guys have the brand new World Junior Heavyweight Champion of Dog Pound Championship Wrestling, and that's the intro that I get? You got didn't you get like didn't you have the whole like Diesel
Yeah,
thing?
man.
We put the other guy over as like the ultimate mid-card guy, and then like wrestling.
I mean, he can prove it.
Where is my grand entrance? As a father as well, I'm just
He went to cricket.
Okay. As a fellow dad, I'm hurt.
Hey.
I got 5 feelings. You hurt all 5 of them right there.
Man, you know what?
Listen, we were going to
got to rib each other a little bit. Well, no, I mean, that's the whole reason we got you on here, is, trying to figure out who is Nathaniel Greysin, because I'm fairly unfamiliar, and we'd like to get to know you a little bit. So obviously you have a championship title over your shoulder there. And you mentioned Dog Pound Championship Wrestling. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. That's correct.
Okay, well, go ahead and tell us, first of all, about the promotion, and then we can talk about that title win.
Absolutely. First off, thank you, gentlemen, for having me on, of course.
Absolutely.
I am based out of San Antonio, Texas. I am currently training at the Dog Pound Professional Wrestling Dojo, which is run by Rodney Mack and Jazz, former WWE superstar, current one half of the NWA Tag Team Champions. And so they have a promotion here in Texas as well, Dog Pound Championship Wrestling. They run all over the state of Texas, based out of the San Antonio area as well. So Rodney Mack and Jazz have a training school and a promotion here in San Antonio, Texas. And just this past weekend on Sunday, I captured the World Junior Heavyweight Championship from NWA superstar Soda Pop.
Oh.
Okay.
So allow me to surprise you two dads with something here. I actually am very familiar with Dog Pound. Walmart, my other wrestling promotion, we do a lot of memes and stuff. We have sponsored several shows, actually. And Rodney and Jazz have both been interviewed by Luna, who we've had on the show here.
Okay, cool.
So it's So yeah, we've actually sponsored a couple shows out there. So I'm actually a big fan. So. I didn't know that you had won the particular championship that you hold. That's a beautiful title, man.
Thank you. There was some Matrixy stuff right there in the middle of it. I think Neo's trying to get in, but I caught the basis of it. Thank you. This is a beautiful, beautiful championship that I plan on holding for a very, very long time. And I beat a hell of a competitor this past weekend to get it. Soda Pop is an NWA superstar. He has been all over the country, all over the world, really, perfecting his craft, and he's a hell of a competitor. He really is. But he is no match for the family, the strength, and the power that comes with being a member of the Greysin family.
The Greysin family. So who is it? Who else is in the family? Who else is noteworthy that we should know of? Any other championship in the family?
There can only be one top of the mountain. And at this moment, you are looking at the top of the Greysin family food chain with myself, the enlightened Nathaniel Greysin. Alongside me normally is my brother, Xander Greysin.
Oh,
And
yeah.
like every good family, we have ourselves a family pet that we like to name Carver.
There you go. Everybody's got to have a
And then,
family pet.
Like every successful family, we also have multiple family associates, friends of the family. The
If you
Greysin
will.
family reach goes far and wide, beyond what most people even can fathom. Whether it be this world or another world or realm, the Greysin family has deep ties.
All right. Good to hear it. So now that you are the junior heavyweight champion, do you have any plans on your horizon as for a first defense, or are you waiting for a challenger? What are your plans there?
When you hold a championship as beautiful as this one, gentlemen, the challengers, they line themselves up. But as with most traditional professional wrestling associations, a former champion does have his rematch clause. And that's why this Saturday, and this is actually breaking news on the Dad World Order podcast.
Hey.
This Saturday in San Antonio, Texas, September 16th, NWA superstar Soda Pop will be challenging for my World Junior Heavyweight Championship.
All right.
Hell yeah. So is there any way people that can tune in outside of Texas, or is this not a streamed event?
This is not going to be a streamed event. This is an event that probably can't even be contained to a camera. So this is something that you guys are going to have to come down to El Luchador Bar in San Antonio and witness in person. And in reality, gentlemen, experiencing the Greysin family in person is really the only way for you guys to understand what our message is, what we're really trying to do. The videos are all skewed and they're edited and they're cut. And once you're in the presence of an enlightened individual like myself, like my brother Xander Greysin, I believe that you three gentlemen, maybe not you t-shirt guy, but you two guys will be more than accepting and worthy of a spot within the Greysin family.
I mean, I don't know about enlightened, but I like to get lit. So, I mean,
Yeah.
What? So I am from San Marcos. I'm from right down there. Okay, so anytime you want to fly me home, I'll come down there and I'll judge this family. And just so you know, I generally support the meaner of the competitors. And now, sir, I don't know if I'm going to support you.
Oh. You might have just lost your only fan
Are y'all
right there.
matrixing too?
no.
No,
Just yours glitching out a little bit.
yeah.
I mean, you're
We can
pretty
hear you
smooth
fine.
now. Well, we can hear you fine. You're just a little glitchy.
Okay.
Video
Okay, I
wise.
can hear you.
Well, now we're matrixing. There we go.
There we go.
Mr. Anderson.
So okay, let me ask you. So how long have you been a professional wrestler now?
I've been a professional wrestler now for the past 2 years.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Right on.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, I mean, that's
and I mean,
already capturing gold. Wow.
yeah, that's impressive. Very impressive.
Whoop.
Oh no, we lost him.
You know, it's not impressive. His internet connection.
No. No. Maybe the Greysons need to invest in a router.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Parker.
How you doing, Parker? And it looks like Gordon notices the other guest we have tonight. Hey, you know what? That's the Dad World Order. We're used to a bit of chaos. But while we're getting him back, how you guys doing? We get into you guys a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Feeling better?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm starting
Yeah.
to taste things again. So,
So well, I never had a problem with tasting, but I'm getting there. for feeling better. So I've eaten nothing but taters and water for basically a week, but that's fine.
Oh, Lord.
Hey, man.
Probably
You
shit
know,
through a screen door.
Whatever gets you back to normal.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get regulated, and Warren G and Nate Dogg are not available, so I had to go with another route. No, that's too much. First time viewer too. Look, you came for all the spectacle, bud. Listen, normally it's a lot more cleaner of a show than it is right now. We don't normally lose the guests. In fact, if you go check out last night's show with Matt Raywalt, he was an excellent internet guest. In fact, his camera was beautiful.
Yeah, it looked better than all of ours.
Yeah, he made me so jealous with his camera.
With his professional streaming setup. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was awesome. But yeah, what a fun show with him last night. Definitely hope we can get him on again. Can't wait to see him in Dayton. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, wait, there's Nathaniel Greysin right here. Hi, guys.
I'm champion in Bulldog Wrestling.
Oh, here I am. I'm just being. Oh, no, wait, there he is. Okay.
Oh, no, run away.
All right.
Was that Edward?
Was
that Twilight Batman?
In the way.
Junior heavyweight.
Now that I actually have my glasses on, I'm just now realizing that wrestling t-shirt guy is like 5 foot Hornswoggle.
What? Sir.
Oh.
You think you're champion, bro? I gotta show my belly on every episode, don't I? Look at that. Intercontinental champion for life. You can't take this title. You can't take that title.
That's the passion. That's some.
Yeah.
You know what? I respect the hell out of that.
Yeah. I'm a fucking mark all day, brother. I love pro wrestling, man.
That is pretty cool,
dude. Honestly, we don't even know what we're walking into.
And so
it's the Dad World Order. It's controlled chaos.
So I know it's y'all's podcast, but I have a follow-up question.
Okay.
Okay, so he's got that tattooed on him. And then every week you two guys like associate with him on a worldwide basis.
Yeah.
Hey man, I'm a world record.
Really good friends.
I'm a world record holder.
Both of us have seen his wiener.
You want to see my wiener?
Have seen his wiener.
I do not want to listen. I see enough wieners on a daily basis. Oh my god!
That is my wiener. And you just looked at it, and it made you happy. Look how smiling you are. Yeah.
I can't be mad at that.
It's so good. Now I want a cheese coney.
I love cheese.
Every time I see it. I could never get that tattooed because every time I see it, I want to go eat a cheese coney.
When I send you guys pictures of like my chili cheese dog dinner tonight, like y'all know exactly why.
I really want a cheese dog real bad.
So
just think of Cephas.
So you guys asked me how long I'd been wrestling.
You said 2 years. We said that's very impressive. Winning gold in your first 2 years. That's pretty quick climb. So congratulations on that. And I know. Well, you know what? I'll let Cephas ask this question. He always usually asks the how you got into it question. Like, what made you a fan to begin with?
Okay. I was like, what are we talking about? Yeah, what?
He lost me at wiener. I don't know.
What?
Right?
What?
He pulls out his wiener, and now all of a sudden,
now I'm all frazzled.
What pulled you into wrestling, man? What was for me? It was Stone Cold Steve Austin. You know what I mean? That was for me. I mean, I grew up in San Marcos. I went to the 1997 Royal Rumble, and that, if you're familiar, that was when Stone Cold Steve Austin won that there in San Antonio at the Alamo Dome, and I was also at the 2017 one as well. But Stone Cold Steve Austin, though, I mean, was the magnet for me. The second I saw him, I was addicted. What was the magnet for you?
So I was born in Houston, Texas.
Okay.
So, and I was also born in 91. So when I tell y'all that Stone Cold was the first thing that caught my eye as well, y'all have more context and references to why.
Yeah. Yes.
But So Stone Cold was obvious. Like for me, Stone Cold was the first guy that like, oh man, attention that I cognitively remember. If you could talk to my mother or father, they would both tell you that I was watching wrestling with my dad like from the womb.
Hell yeah.
It's awesome.
And then as far as like the moment that sunk me in for life, I was actually at the 1998 No Way Out of Texas.
Okay.
Which was the February before WrestleMania 14.
Yeah.
And it's a crap event. If you ever go back and like have 2.5 hours to kill on Peacock, it's like a horrible event. But I saw Kane's entrance for the first time. And it was the old school entrance. They killed the lights. They got the organ. And he was fighting Vader that night. And that was the promo that Vader had cut before the match. Kane's entrance. And then seeing these two behemoths just beat the crap out of each other. And I'm like 8 years old. And this is live in person. This isn't even like on TV. Like I'm there. Yeah, no, hooked.
Pookie.
I get it, man. It's once you find that niche, man, and you get into it, no matter what it is, whether it's, like we were talking last night on our show with Matt Raywald, whether it's whiskey, whether it's comic books, whatever it is, when you find that niche, man, it's fun to be a super fan. With that being said, do you still find yourself, now that you are a wrestler and you've made it to that level, do you still find yourself enjoying the product as much? Do you watch as much wrestling, or is it kind of like bringing your job home?
So it is not like bringing my job home. I watch way more wrestling now than probably than I was a fan, but I watch it differently now. So like, I guess the best way to answer it is like, I don't keep up with the weekly product as much as like a fan would. Not because I don't want to, or because I'm not interested, or because I think the product is bad. It's nothing like that.
Right.
It's because I train 3 nights a week. It's because I have my son 4 days a week. It's because I have a full-time 50-hour a week job. I also have a girlfriend. I also have a dad. I have a family, and then I'm a part of this amazing business that we call pro wrestling. So it's like keeping up with the product. Like, dude, that's over 100 hours of televised.
Trust me, we struggle keeping up with it, man. There's times where it's just like, man, I just didn't catch it last night. Like we're all dads, obviously, so we get it.
Yeah. So it's not that I don't want to keep up with the product or that I think the product's bad. I just don't have like time or like the patience or the energy to like, okay, I'm just gonna sit down and watch 3 hours of Monday Night Raw, 2 hours of Dynamite. But what I can do is I can keep up with it, just not reading like the dirt sheets, but like reading the results. Like Bleacher Report breaks it down. This segment happened on Raw. This is what happened. And then if you want our opinions on it, you can read after that. But really it's almost like on Monday when I wake up and I'm like, all right, what happened in the NFL yesterday? Like that's kind of how the product is. But now when I know that something is coming up that I really have an interest in terms of like the live product, that's something that I will make time for. A good example of that is last week's main event of Raw, Gunther and Chad Gable.
Oh yeah.
Like
that was something that I had like an interest in because Chad Gable and Gunther are so amazing at what they do. And I knew that match was going to be something special, even though it was like just Raw. Like I was like, no, that's something I'm going to make the 20, 30 minutes, however long it goes. Like, so in terms of just watching it as a fan, that's kind of how I like operate. Like I'm going to watch matches or I'm going to watch guys. In terms of like watching wrestling as a whole, my girlfriend would probably love if I like watched less wrestling because
my wife would feel the same.
Well, so like normally when I am watching wrestling that is not like a live weekly thing, I have a pen and a paper in front of me. I have this giant notebook. It's a passion. It's an art. it's a lifestyle, really. Just today at work, I was watching like old Triple H matches, studying
He's so
him,
good.
like watching the little things that he would do. I'm not even gonna lie. I like literally wrote down 2 or 3 moves and was like, "That's happening on Saturday. That one might happen on Saturday. Oh, that's the old D twist. That one's definitely happening."
Yeah.
You know. So like in terms of like watching wrestling, that's kind of how I watch wrestling more so nowadays. In terms of like studying, in terms of like almost like homework, but it's like homework you enjoy.
Hey man, you want to get to that level, study the people that are at that level.
You mentioned though the little things Triple H does. That is definitely someone, and I've studied the business a lot myself as well. That is somebody who knows how to do the little things. When an opponent is working Triple H and they have him in a hold, whether it's a rest hold or it's a submission, Triple H is selling the shit out of it. And he's doing it sometimes by not moving at all. Sometimes it's just his face. You know what I mean? And there's something to those little movements. Sometimes the way he would just move his fingers when he was almost out. You know, those little extra touches, man, that Triple H brought. And I really like that kind of stuff in wrestling. So, like, who are your influences like that? Is that somebody you really look up to? Is Triple H, or who do you emulate?
Nobody. I emulate nobody. I am my own person. I will take little things from people and then make them into my own thing. But like emulating somebody I'm not trying to be the next Shawn, the next Hunter, the next Ric Flair. I'm trying to be the first and the only Nathaniel Greysin.
I get that. I guess I meant more as who your influences are. Who do you see yourself? I want to be in the same class as this. I want to be respected and on the same level as this person. You know.
I mean, the greats. You know, pick your top 20 wrestlers of all time, and that's the class that I'm trying to be at. That's the breath that I'm trying to be said in the same sentence as. But like certain guys that like, I think what you're really trying to ask me is like, yo, bro, who do you study? Who are you watching and like who are you studying? I'll tell you who's a really big one right now. I have been watching the shit out of Alex Shelley.
It's a good one, man.
He is one of the best heels of all time. No matter where he's at, he is such a good person to talk shit.
Dude, we just saw him 2 weeks ago, and he called us cocksuckers.
Yeah,
all 3 of y'all.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
granted.
unfair.
We had a nice sign for him, and he called.
We had a
us
sign that
cocksuckers.
said Alex Shelley eats cat shit, but then he called us cocksuckers in a promo afterwards. So,
well, you told him that he eats cat shit. So I mean, in that moment, in that context, it kind of sounds like y'all are a bunch of cocksuckers.
Bro, we have proof of him eating cat shit. Do you have that handy, Mike? Is that in the list?
No, but it can be.
Also, speaking of signs, I think I found a sign for you, Cephas.
Ask me about my win. That's a really good one,
dude.
That's a dated reference.
It's a great reference.
I'm 35.
No, it is, though. We were
dated.
just talking about that movie like last week or something. Like
so
that's one of
good.
those like solid mid 2000 B movies that if you weren't alive, you have no clue that movie exists.
Yeah.
But for all y'all watching that don't know it exists, it's called Accepted, and it's phenomenal. And if you want to see it like a young, super fat Jonah Hill, that's where it is.
God,
in a hot dog costume.
Here's your proof, by the way, right there.
Look at
Alex
him,
Shelley eating cat shit.
Get
That's
after
proof.
it.
Listen, that is as like authentic and convincing as the Chinese restaurant that put teriyaki chicken on the buffet.
Yeah, and it was great teriyaki chicken because they're
look. We got other guy. Alex Shelley's called me every dirty name in the book. He's a mean guy, you know.
Alex Dick Kick Shelley, as he's known here.
But yeah, dude, I feel like you need to have that at every, or just like get a badge or a button to put on your vest that just says "Ask me about my wiener."
With like $1 bills.
Yeah, something.
Maybe even like pesos.
Yeah, something, man. God, Accepted. What a great movie. It's an explosion of flavor, dealing with some very unstable herbs. That's my terrible talent, as I remember quotes from movies from the mid 2000s.
That's not a terrible talent. You
No,
get along with
dude,
my brother very well.
He slays when we go to trivia night.
Oh,
You know
It's
what?
over.
Big Rig looks like the type of guy that like slays at trivia night, but not only just like certain trivias. Like you look like the type of dude that you just got it up here, and none of us know why. And I think these.
Let's
dudes
not
stop
get ahead of
questioning it.
ourselves.
Buddy, we went to a Parks and Rec trivia night, and it was over before it began.
Is that your show? Is that your jam?
That's one of them. Yeah.
My first wife, when that was our show, and so on my wedding ring, she had it inscribed, "I like you, I love you."
Oh, there you go. That's good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I would have just like
That was a cool ring, not a cool chick.
If it were me, I
Cool
would have
ring.
had like the wrong name inscribed, the Ron Swanson. I try to call people by the wrong name. That way they know I don't really care about them.
Yes.
So, how long have you been a dad, man? How's that been treating you?
Oh man, so I've been a dad now for 16 months now. May of last year.
Okay.
Oh, you're at the best time, man. I swear.
Yes.
Oh man, so right now we are in the teething phase.
Okay.
So we are not having the best time in the world.
No.
Or a gel
That
is your
dude-
friend.
That dude
Poor
is
guy.
miserable. He is, but you know what? Like, for as hard as it is right now because he's growing, like, I wouldn't trade it in for the world.
Dude,
Good.
that's the best.
So, like, last October on Halloween, I actually completely took out my knee in a wrestling match.
Ah,
Oh no.
And I was on the shelf from Halloween until April of this year.
Wow.
And so in that time, from Halloween until maybe Valentine's Day, I was not walking at all. Laid up in bed, crutching. And so in those months, I was able to build this amazing bond with my kid.
that's
Like,
great.
Love it, man.
Yeah, so I mean, really like a blessing in disguise.
Yes.
Like the bond that me and that dude have now is just like, it's crazy because now it's like he's so attached to me.
Mhm.
And I don't say this in like a negatory or derogatory way, but like he really is not as attached to like other people in his life the way that he is like attached to me. Like,
Yeah,
if I go
and
inside
that's
and he's still
important.
crying, I'm like, okay, yeah, that's like, it's completely normal. Rodney and Jazz, all the people here at the Dog Pound, everybody's just used to like, oh, well, if Nathaniel's not holding his son Leonardo, that, little Leo's just going to be crying.
That's a
until
dope
it's
name,
like
by the
that.
way.
Yeah.
Leonardo, I appreciate that. That was mine. She
Natural
will
born
never
leader.
publicly admit that, but Leonardo was my name, my idea.
That's awesome. My wife let me name our son Link, and I am a huge Legend of Zelda fan, so I still can't believe that I have a son named Link, and she was okay with it. So
That is wild. There's things about you, wrestling t-shirt guy, that I don't think will ever be answered. Like,
Trust
You're
me,
not wrong,
that happens
dude.
to us all the time. I'm like, he'll share a story, and I'll just be like, dude, what is your life? Like,
right,
You guys
I
didn't know I
learned
ran
new
Tour de
things about
France
him.
back in '83?
yeah.
dude. Listen, if his wife pops through that back door and is like a bombshell, like I'm talking like a 10, a 20, a 30, I'm out.
Hey,
I think my wife is a absolute 10, sir. Absolutely. But then again, I'm into weird bitches, so her ears are bigger than mine, brother.
Yeah,
So
they're
it may not be
they're
your
large.
cup of tea, but I think she is chef's kiss, if you will.
no, man. I'm
Yeah,
talking
here, look at
like-
this. I have so many questions about him, and he's my own brother.
Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, that chick in the
the
little
circle.
avatar, that's his sister?
That's my
Yes.
baby sister. Yeah. She's normal-ish.
She's normal-ish.
Dude, there's only There is only one quote that sums up your life right now.
Okay.
That's why Mama didn't name you Nutmaker.
Listen, Mama named me lazily because she couldn't think of anything and named me James Jr. What the kind of shit is that?
Yeah, well, they gave you the middle name Bocephus. Like,
I'm James Eugene Bocephus Bolser. That's the name I
It
got.
sounds like an outlaw from like the
Yeah.
Wild West days.
How you doing?
The Bolser
Honestly,
gang.
Bocephus is like the perfect like 1980s wrestling name.
When I wrestled, I was Mr. Bocephus or Bobo the Clown. So
yeah, that sounds exactly right. My goodness, bro.
Yeah,
I mean, he is our resident Joe Dirt for sure.
Oh, yeah. I'll tell you what, that's true. That's true for sure.
Your facial hair just grows in all white trashy like that.
Yes, sir. Yes, it does. Listen, I came from San Marcos, so I came from I was born in Ohio, but I was formed as a human in Texas. So it's your fucking people's fault that I was fucking, as weird as I am. Texas made me weird.
Hold on. Listen. So there's a lot of like urban myths and like legends about Texas. All right. There is something that I don't think a lot of people know. We figured that one out, Caitlin. We figured out that you're the normal one. I don't even know you, Caitlin, and I can already tell that you're normal. So there's like all these urban myths and legends about Texas, but there's one that nobody ever talks about. And that is that San Marcos is actually the most demonic and evil city in all of Texas. And there's proof.
He's not even kidding. He's
not.
Where
I'm going with this?
This the Santeria shit?
No, so no. It's in the like the foundation of San Marcos. It goes back to the settlement days of San Marcos. So when all these cities in Texas were settled, they all had to be assigned a zip code, right?
Yeah.
Do you gentlemen above me, do you guys know what the zip code for San Marcos, Texas is?
666.
It's
78666.
Yeah.
Wow.
And there is a creek that runs through San Marcos, or at least it used to. It's hotter than titties this summer, so there's no water in it. Would you like to know the name of the creek?
Yes.
Purgatory Creek.
Okay.
I used to live tell me there's not some evil stuff going on in San Marcos.
I used to live right by Redwood Creek on Casa Verde. So
that's wild. My ex-wife is actually from San Marcos, so her whole little family is like lives in San Marcos. Like,
what? That's crazy. See,
yeah,
bro. You want to go do karate in the garage or something? Because I feel
did we just become best friends?
I think we did, man. I think you're just gonna have to accept that you have a weird friend now, man. I can't help it.
We did.
Yeah. I lived right at the end of the cul-de-sac on Casa Verde, 4875, I think it was 4875 Casa Verde.
That's wild. That's crazy. I know it's crazy because I know exactly where that is. I know exactly where that is.
That's so fucking cool.
You know what, T-shirt guy? You might end up being a member of the Greysin family before it's all over. And
dog, I got San Marcos dotted on my hand, dude. Like, you know what I mean? So.
We're lagging again, so I can hear you, but I can't seize you.
I showed I got a Texas tattoo. I got a squirrel coming right from San Marcos.
That's awesome.
Look, my mom said hi. Oh, mom.
Hi,
Mom.
Cephas loves his mommy.
Cephas's mom.
Cephas's mom, I got questions for you.
That's what we all do.
Cephas's mom can slide into the DMs at any time because I got hard-hitting questions that
dude.
She's single. She's a single lady. She can do whatever she wants.
She's a respectable lady.
Yeah.
Somewhat respectable.
I was say somewhat respectable. My mom's gonna kick my ass now when she sees me. Like, what the fuck?
My girlfriend's gonna kick my ass when she hears this.
You want his mom, huh?
Yes. No, yes, literally. She's like, so you want his mother, huh? Why don't you go call little Hornswoggle's mama, huh? That's what I'm gonna hear all night.
I am 6 foot tall, sir.
That may be so, sir, but on this screen, you look like Hornswoggle's older brother. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm just saying it as a factual thing.
Cephas, you do give off Dylan Postal vibes for sure.
Hey, first off, Dylan's a kick-ass dude. Okay?
I'm not saying it in a
Nobody's
bad
saying
way.
He's not.
I will fucking be, but I am 6 foot.
Hey, don't you get short with us, buddy.
Wow.
I
Wow.
don't know, Steve. I'm looking at a picture of me and you standing right next to each other, and
Yeah, and I'm clearly 6 foot tall. Even.
then I'm 6'7".
Yeah, I don't know about that. You just can't tell fucking height. I am 6 foot, have always been 6 foot. I came out of my mother 6 foot.
Sure about that?
It was in the fucking Redwood Rattler.
Your poor mother.
Was it like the Will Ferrell SNL skit where he's the fully grown man being born? Oh man, it was hot in there.
I don't.
My favorite SNL skits ever.
I don't understand sometimes how my life ended up here. I was literally on a podcast on Sunday, and somehow we ended up talking about bear titties, and now here we are talking about Bo Cephas coming out of his mama at 6 foot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And
You gotta love it.
we showed you my wiener not that long ago.
Yeah.
The life of a professional wrestling champion, my friends.
To be fair, you've been showing us the top half all night, and it's been kind of getting me a little bit frisky.
That is a common reaction, and I hear that a lot. I'm just gonna need you to keep your wiener tucked in for the moment.
Listen, man, you got some t-shirt designs, so I can throw you in my fuck. You've kind of sold me on your gimmick. At this point, I think I might need me a Greysin shirt and put it on my account. Do you even know what my gimmick is, by the way?
I do.
Okay.
So I've seen that you have been wearing a wrestling t-shirt. Crap, I forgot I think since you came out of your mama at 6 foot, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So we actually do have a Greysin family t-shirt. It just came out literally this weekend. I just picked them up. You can order them through DM or by coming to a show. Either or. You can slide in these DMs for a t-shirt. Not just
He's trying to climb my whole family tree.
I'll tell you what, man.
This somebody's just interested in the trunk, the limbs, the tree, the leaves. God,
And the nuts.
Hey,
Oh.
first thing this week on the DWO podcast.
That's right.
Oh fuck, maybe
so what was today? Was what 620?
yeah, 620 Ryan Michaels shirt tonight.
Oh,
He's a
nice.
local guy.
620 consecutive days wearing a pro wrestling t-shirt.
You know what's the craziest part about all that is not one fucking day have I forgot. I came really close once. It was like 11 o'clock and I realized I hadn't done my video and I was like, oh fuck. You know, I did my video, I got it done, but I've not missed a day yet, man. And knock on fucking wood, I'm at least trying to at least successfully get to 1,000 days, if not go until I die. But you never know. You never know.
He's been like deathly sick
Yeah,
and still
never
pulled
know.
it out.
I just don't want to. Yeah. Oh yeah. Specifically, like 2 days ago, if you look at me, I literally woke up to do my video, and that was it. So
I'll tell you what, if you ever, God forbid, have some sort of calamity befall you and you're like in the hospital, I will come to the hospital,
bro,
t-shirt on you and shove a camera in your face and record that video.
my wife thinks I'm fucking kidding. I told her, I was like, if I ever get into a comatose state, if they're like, he has a chance of waking up, keep putting fucking shirts on me.
Yeah.
Don't fucking stop. Narrate this for me.
I'll just narrate. So this is day 872.
I'll
Yeah,
put his hands
we're
together.
hoping he wakes up.
Asleep. Yeah. Just Mike in the back, like putting his hands together.
You guys think I'm fucking
All right,
kidding
what up,
me.
y'all?
If I fall into a coma and you don't continue my streak for me, I'm gonna be real fucking upset at you guys now.
Dude, I will do it. I will do it.
You heard it here.
And
But
we'll
the
make
thing
it
is-
we'll make it hilarious. Even though a tragedy has befallen you, we will make it funny.
Tragedy,
We
tragedy. The man's still alive. He's still with us somewhat. I think the real gag comes in that you don't ever take the t-shirts off of him. So you have to keep
Just
on
keep
buying
putting
like
them over
bigger
him,
shirts. Yeah. So like by the time
Hopefully
he wakes up or he finally like kicks it,
I'm
he's
Joey
got, like,
from Friends.
7X
Yeah,
on,
Joey from Friends with all the
Where he
wearing
wore
everything
all his
you
clothes.
own.
looking like a turtle.
Who's Haas holding here? Is this?
Oh, we don't need his old ass in here. Haas Holding can take that romping, stomping crap and just go back over to Olive Garden with the missus.
Wow.
Ooh.
Did
Oh,
not get a
man.
warm welcome to Haas Holding. Who is that? Can you give us a little explanation?
You guys want to hear the story of Judas?
Hey, I did 12 years of Catholic school. I'm very familiar.
I can shorten it up. I can shorten it up for you. So Haas Holden and I go way back before any of this all ever started. Me and Haas were just young. Well, I was young. He was 59 at that point.
Ooh.
Me and him are just green rookies trying to break our way into the business. And we trained together. We laughed together. We cried together. Man, Haas Holding was almost like a father figure to me. And then, like most father figures to most women these days, he up and left. Just abandoned me. Left for a thing of dip and just never came back.
Wow.
And so when I finally was gifted the opportunity to live out my dream and become a professional wrestler, who's the first person that I see? Fake hugging smiles and all. Haas Holding.
Wow.
And ever since then, Haas Holding, who's now the 62-year-old outlaw, and I have been just embroidered in a bitter, bitter blood battle that I think goes on until one of us finally calls it quits. I've bled with this man in at least 7 different cities across the nation. I have fought this man in street fights, bull rope matches. We've had clowns, creatures, boogeymen. We've had every type of encounter that you guys can imagine. And this old man won't leave me alone. And it's almost kind of a blessing now that I've got this World Junior Heavyweight Championship, because there's no way that Haas Holding will ever be under 205 pounds ever again in his life. So Haas Holding can take his ass back to the pound for pound division. He can take his ass back to the King of Sports or wherever the hell he wants to, but he can stay the hell away from Nathaniel Greysin and the Greysin family until I decide that I want to hurt him again.
Wow. Okay. I didn't expect it to be. I just thought it was like, one of your friends talking some shit. I didn't realize that.
The fucking blood feud.
I didn't realize
Jesus.
that. I opened up a blood feud.
Listen.
Hey, man, you know what? I just looked him up. I do got to give him props. That's one hell of a blue cat, man. Congrats on that.
Don't start that. Don't start.
I'm a fisherman, dude. I gotta give props where they're due.
Oh, you're a fisherman too, so you have nothing to do with your life either.
It's a relaxing hobby, sir. I'll have you know.
Yeah, you know what else?
If you guys had water in Texas, you would know that.
Right.
Staring at paint is a nice hobby too, after you sniff it.
I mean,
wrestling t-shirt.
It's all fun until the headache
got a
comes.
lot of
More fun, I think.
doing that.
Experience doing what? What was that? Experience what?
Did you eat paint chips when you were a kid?
They were tasty.
My point exactly.
Did you live under power lines when you were a kid?
I actually 100% did live under power lines as a kid. There's giant power lines.
Okay,
Power lines back there.
It all makes sense now.
I used to play in the creek back there.
You know what's
bet you
crazy?
did.
You know what's crazy is that you can actually probably thank Haas Holding for those like electrical lines, because he lived on the land before those things were ever even invented. he was a part of the committee that laid the electrical wire. Like that's how deep Haas Holding goes.
God
And-
damn it, Grayson, you're popping my mom.
Oh,
Clip it.
Fuck.
I'm not going there. I'm not touching that because I know that my
I'm your
girlfriend
daddy
probably-
now.
Oh, shit.
But listen, so for all of the disdain and dislike that I have for Haas Holding, and as y'all clearly saw, like y'all struck a nerve, I got a lot. I gotta say this about him: the man's 62 years old, and he's still got the guts to stand in the ring with me, and that says something about Haas Holding that I just don't think that many other men are gonna ever have the chutzpah to
The
say.
chutzpah. I like it.
Yeah, 'cause we've been beating the crap out of each other for 2 years now, and I'm not gonna lie to you. When we see each other's name on the card, I look over and I see him, and he sees me, and we both lick our lips a little bit because we know it's about to be one of those nights.
Yo, is
And
this
Haas
cat-
Holding-
Is this cat legit 62?
Haas Holding is 62 years old.
Holy shit!
He's
Shit.
basically Sting.
No, man.
Sting 63.
He's holding together pretty well for 62. That's all I'm saying.
Hey,
I
That's what I
wouldn't.
said, man. It's a hell of a blue cat I just saw on the Instagrams.
I wouldn't fuck with him. You might want to, you know.
I'll say this: I've been in the ring with a lot of guys, a lot of big guys. Okay, nobody got cement hands like Haas Holding, and I mean
won't
that.
have it.
Like
Haas Holding
there-
has hands.
that old man has. He probably was a part of like the original like pyramid building team. Okay, but I'm telling you that man picked up every single one of them stones by himself because them hands are rough, they're rugged, and they hurt.
And they're
And I
heavy
kinda-
looking.
And I kind of like that they hurt. Like I'm not gonna lie, I like it a lot that they hurt.
Bro, that's the best way to go about it, you know, knowing you're gonna face somebody that's that much larger than you, grin and bear it, you know what I mean? And I feel like that shows too when you apply that in the ring. What type of dogs back there been our secret guest? What type of dog is that?
Oh my goodness! So, like I said earlier, I'm at Rodney Mack and Jazz's house right now. There are actually, I think, 3 or 4 dogs back here. There's a husky, there's 2 pit bulls, and then there's a fuzzy thing.
It's the fuzzy thing we hear.
Yeah, that's
Actually, it's the husky. It's the husky. Shadow's being a
Oh,
little.
they're
Yeah,
they're very vocal.
they have a lot to say.
they're very much like their owners. Rodney Mack and Jazz are very vocal people.
Yeah, they've been pretty neat to us, man. Like I said, we've sponsored a couple shows with them. It looks like we're probably gonna have to maybe talk about something like that for the DWO in the future or something as well. Get a little banner down there hanging in Texas, man. We're not able to come to Texas very often, but with that being said, do you have any future Kentucky, Indiana, Ohio shows in your future? Are you trying to travel? Or are you sticking around just in Texas since your kid's so young, or?
So I'm kind of in this. I guess I have like a different mindset about it. I'm trying to do the traveling while he is young.
Okay.
And so the rest of 2023, I'm pretty booked up for the rest of this year. But I have started reaching out to promoters and promotions nationwide for 2024. I am definitely open to traveling anywhere, whether it be this country or a different country. My passport's still good for another 3 years. So,
Well, brother, you get up to this area, man. Get somewhere in one of these areas, man. We'll definitely come out and see you. That's for sure.
absolutely.
Maybe even give you a couch to crash on if you need one, save you $1 or $2.
Hey, my original upbringings and my Hebrew school will accept that.
All right.
For those of y'all that didn't catch it, that's my way of saying I'm a cheap Jew.
Hey, man, you said it, not us.
I'll take that as a
Yeah.
cheap Jew. If the cheap Jews want to come cancel me we can call my rabbi and we can settle this.
Right. Yeah.
I didn't know Grayson was a Hebrew name, but okay.
Nathaniel's the Hebrew name.
Yes, that's very
Yeah,
biblical.
That checks out.
Mhm.
Oh,
Hey,
man.
on an unrelated note, we had kosher whiskey last night.
We did.
So
did.
Kosher whiskey.
yeah,
We had it with
That's
Matt
phenomenal.
Rubo.
That is awesome. I have never
Yeah.
had kosher whiskey. I've had
Buffalo
kosher
Trace.
Neither had I until
Actually-
he.
Actually, there's this hysterical story that we had this whole Passover Seder. I'm not sure how familiar you guys are with like the Jewish religion, but it's like the big dinner where we tell the story of the Jews escaping from Egypt. And
I've seen all the Rugrats episodes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
a big part of that is having 4 glasses of wine.
Yeah.
So we go through the entire dinner, and I'm talking like 2-3 hours. We done polished a case of this wine, and it's not until the end of dinner that my grandmother, who at this point is probably like 78, 79 years old, looks at the case of wine and she goes, "Guys, it says it's not kosher and not meant for Passover."
Oh, shit.
And she holds up the box and literally it says on the box, "Not kosher, not for Passover."
Who's in charge of buying the wine?
That's
Probably
like
her.
that's like when a vegetarian orders a bean burrito and is like, "Oh shit, this isn't bean."
These aren't the beans that I ordered.
Oh man, that's crazy, man. Oh, so with that being said, you got plans for traveling. Where do you have? You said you got the rest of 2023 booked out. Where do you have on your horizon in the future coming up?
So this weekend I do have Dog Pound Championship Wrestling. Dog Pound Championship Wrestling is very busy this month. We've got this Saturday in San Antonio. Then I believe that we have another event in San Antonio next week at this place called Brewster's Ice House. We've got October 13th. We will be, I believe, in Brady. I think I have those reversed. I think next weekend is Brady, and then October 13th is back here in San Antonio. I've got some spots in Laredo coming up, and then at the end of this month, I will be making my debut in Houston, Texas for Loco Wrestling for an awesome, great event with a great cause. There's a memorial show for one of their fans that has tragically passed away. His name was Thomas, and they're putting on an awesome benefit show for him. And I'm super, super excited and blessed to be a part of that and to make my debut at Loco Wrestling.
Say hi to our boy Tusslemania for us if he's there.
Absolutely.
He does a lot of the videography work there. That's our dude.
And then the other one that the other really, really big one that I have coming up in October is Texas Style Wrestling in Addison, Texas, in the Dallas metropolitan area.
Okay.
Texas Style Wrestling has become one of the nation's premier independent wrestling organizations. It has an amazing production staff, an amazing production crew, and absolutely amazing talent in front of the screen and behind the screen. You're talking about former NWA World Heavyweight Champion Tim Storm. You're talking about current NWA Tag Team Champion Damage. And then just the minds of WWE Hall of Famer Teddy Long. You know that things are going in the right direction in your career and your life when you have great people in your corner that are supporting you, like Rodney Mack, like Jazz, like Teddy Long, like Tim Storm, like James Beard. I'm super, and I know I'm kind of going off, but I mean, these are the people that have put me in this position to succeed. And so for me, it's only right to give them their flowers anytime I can. Without these groups of people, there's a lot of superstars. There's a lot of guys that are on the come up right now, all throughout the nation. that wouldn't be around if it wasn't for guys like Rodney Mack, women like Jazz, Tim Storm, Teddy Long, James Beard. These guys have their hands on so many people that you guys are all going to hear about within the next 5 to 10 years that it's phenomenal. It's actually ridiculous the amount of talent that these guys have all had an effect on, myself included. And so Texas style wrestling is definitely coming up, I believe, in October. Might be November. I think it's October and then again December. I'm so sorry. I literally have a lot of dates on my calendar, including you guys.
But man, I don't want to fire you back up since you've calmed down, but we got one more comment here from Haas that we definitely got to bring up. He said he's glad he found our show and he's going to follow us and he's looking forward to getting to know us. But he told you to hide behind your title, but know you've got one more coming. With that being said, Haas, slide in the DMs, bro. We'll book you on an episode and we can hear your side.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, when you're asking him about his side, why don't you ask him about the conversation that his granddaughter had with him?
Wow.
See, because I'll give you a little precursor to it. His granddaughter also had a conversation with me. So the last time that I left Haas Holding laying and bloodied was right in front of his granddaughter. And his granddaughter looked at me right in the eyes as I walked away from him and said, "Why do you keep hurting Grams? Why won't you just leave him alone?" And I looked that little girl right in the face, dead into her eyes. Further than her eyes, I was in her soul. And I told that little girl, because I like it.
All right. You're kind of a dick, bro, but I like you. Oh my God. I love somebody who, I don't know, man. I don't want to like pull the curtain back too far, but I love somebody who enjoys playing their role. I love to see somebody who lives it. And I like that. I feel like that makes for the most entertaining characters, if you will, in the stories that are pro wrestling. You know what I mean? I think that goes a long way.
I appreciate that. There really is no like character or like gimmick or anything like that. This is pretty accurate to who I am as a human. I am kind of a prick. I am kind of a jerk. I will kind of tell you exactly how I feel about you to your face. And if that upsets you to the point of like fisticuffs, okay, we can do that too. These glasses, listen, I have a phenomenal job behind wrestling. I got great insurance. These glasses can be replaced tomorrow. So, you know.
Man, I wish I had good insurance. These things are on their last leg.
I got fishing string and twine.
Buddy, these things have been super glued a couple times. Like they're falling off my face.
Put them on.
Well, you know, I've got and I think it's awesome. We actually have a Greysin family optometrist. Yeah,
wow.
No, his name is Louis Greysin. You can find him in Houston, Texas, practicing under his. I'm not gonna give out his alias name.
The fucking Dudleys of Texas. What the hell?
Dudleys of the world. In fact, the Dudleys and the Greysons go far back. Daddy Dudley and the original Father Greysin, if I'm not mistaken, they were probably a part of the same graduating class. Damn. And from what I heard, wow, they were both kind of like the studs of the town, if you understand what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Prolific, if you will.
Me.
Yes.
Yes. Breeding stock, if you will.
That they are. But yeah.
Stud horse.
Stud horses. We got this Greysin line right here. They're 285 pounds of man meat. Right here.
You know, on a personal note, it's so wild that you just said 285 pounds, because that was the heaviest that I was in my life.
Oh, jeez.
There was a point in my life that had you looked at me and said, one day you're going to be the world junior heavyweight champion, I would have laughed at you.
Like, which half of me?
Like, maybe the super heavyweight champ, bro. Like, I seriously was at this point in my life at one point where I was like, it would be easier for me to just get fatter and just be like an earthquake type of wrestler versus like doing the work and losing the weight and becoming what I've become. And so it's just wild that you said 285 pounds, because that's legitimately how much I weighed.
Well, I'm proud of you for losing the weight, but at no point does anyone ever need to lose any weight. We are firm believers in the DWO of body positivity, man. If you want to be whoever you want to be. But we also support anyone trying to better themselves, and that's fucking amazing, man. That's if you were at 285 and now you are under 205, that is a
yeah, it's a lot of work.
That's
we weighed in Sunday before the championship match at 198 pounds. So so we're actually we're at the under 200 club, but also on the same, just because we're talking pretty like freely here. I feel very strongly in agreement with you guys. You know, get the wrestling aside, like, you guys do y'all's thing. You know, everybody do y'all's thing. If you want to be fat, be fat. If you want to be super skinny, be super skinny. If you want to, you know, be somewhere in between, as long as you're comfortable with who you are, that's all that matters. And even if you're not comfortable with who you are, it's none of my freaking business. So,
yeah.
Who cares what I think?
Is Nathaniel Greysin a good guy?
Fat slobs. Can't
Just
even
because I am bad guy doesn't make me bad guy.
Has a freaking dude. This dude literally has a freaking wiener tattooed on like his stretch marks.
Do they want to see my wiener?
Oh snap! Y'all can still hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Hey, they can still hear me. I'll tell you all about this slob later.
On that note,
my bad. Sorry about that. I thought I had muted y'all.
All jokes aside, sir, it's been a pleasure talking to you for an hour, man. You've been for somebody that I only was hip within the last week or so looking you up. You've been an absolutely excellent guest, and I'm enjoying checking you out. And hopefully, I'm going to see a lot more of you, and hopefully, we get to see you here somewhere near Cincinnati or Louisville or somewhere just near us hick folk. You know,
make it part of our Texas trip.
Yeah, I mean,
I enjoy hicks that understand that they are what they are.
Hey, sir, I am what I am.
No,
I am what I am.
This has been enlightening for y'all and a little bit for me. This has been an absolute pleasure to just sit here and for an hour just kind of be able to just BS and shoot the breeze with a couple of wrestling fans and wrestling enthusiasts that I can see clearly from all three backgrounds that y'all are. And this business really wouldn't be as cool or as fun or as just absolutely fulfilling if it wasn't for guys like y'all that are willing to take the time out of y'all's day and y'all's lives to put together this type of ordeal. So I appreciate y'all having me onto this podcast. If you guys are interested and would like to see Nathaniel Greysin in action, if you would like to see the rest of Dog Pound in action, you can always go to YouTube to Dog Pound, I believe it's Dog Pound Dojo, or you can just type in Dog Pound Championship Wrestling, and there's a whole YouTube page with rewind matches from the past. And I know that Rodney Mack and Jazz are both working on getting our current product onto a streaming service, hopefully soon in 2024. If you guys want to follow Nathaniel Greysin, you can follow me on Instagram or Facebook at Nathaniel Greysin. That's Greysin. Don't spell it the other way because you're all wrong. And then if you want to follow Dog Pound Championship Wrestling, where I am the current reigning and defending junior heavyweight champion of the world. You can follow them on all social media at Dog Pound Championship Wrestling.
Hell yeah.
Rock and roll. Love it. But yeah, dude, if you're going to be around Loco, make sure check out the guy, and he's usually in a pink and or purple hat. He's always got mismatched shoes on. His name's Tusmania, and he is
That's the
fucking
homie.
man.
Awesome.
He's the dude.
I feel confident in saying that if he's a homie of y'all's, he will more than likely end up being a good homie of mine.
Oh, dude, you'll love him.
Tussle's one of the greatest people in the entire independent wrestling industry. He is just a good dude.
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
Well, yeah, man. Thank you so much for coming on. We really appreciate you. I know I did get a message, I believe, from one of your family members. We may be having another Greysin family member on here soon. We'll have to see if we can get that booked.
Oh shit, they're multiplying.
They're coming out of the woodwork, man. I'll tell you what.
Father Greysin was a very potent man. as are the four of us, clearly.
Called him a good shot.
Absolutely.
The dad world order.
Right. Well, as always, we have been the DWO podcast. I am Big Rig Eric Maffey. He is Mr. Magnificent Mike Martin, and he is Wrestling T-shirt guy Cephas. Check us out on all the socials. Down there at DWO_podcast, Facebook at the DWO podcast, TikTok at DWO_pod. Pro Wrestling Tees, T Public is where you can get all the merch, or you can message us. We got stuff. We can ship it to you. See us at shows. We got stuff all the time, and it's awesome.
Check out Dog Pound Wrestling.
Check out Dog Pound Wrestling. Check out Nathaniel Greysin. Well, thank you so much, man. Appreciate you coming on. You boys got anything before we get out of here?
Find your own brand of happy. Find what makes you happy, because what we do on a couple of times a week really brings a lot of positivity and joy to my life. And I know you guys often echo the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I want everybody out there to find something like this that brings them the same joy and positivity that this brings me.
Amen.
I second that. Absolutely. All right. Anything from you, Cephas? Good to go?
I'm good, man. I think Mike coined it this
He did. He had a good one.
Every once in a while.
You're not going to
Good one to log off. Well, until next time, Top Dads out.